Welcome everybody, my name is Jack and this is my cell. This is my cell I've been living in. It's pretty homely. I'm playing Infinifactory. It's a pretty neat game from a developer which just knows, I gotta say, he just knows how to make a great PC game. He's the creator of Space Chem and also Ironclad Tactics, but Space Chem is obviously, there's a lot of inspiration for this game. It's a puzzle game. Oh my goodness, this puzzle game, much like Space Chem, starts off very simple and then it just rips your brain apart. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to show it off to you guys. Let's have some fun with it and you'll see me just decay as we get into the harder puzzles. But here's the simplest one that it starts off with. We're not going to do too much of the story. I think it's quite neat, but we'll just delve into some of the puzzles. If you've played Space Chem, it's essentially the same thing but in 3D. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these blocks come out. So there's a variety of blocks. We've got blocks with I guess a ring shape, solid, and then black, and then we've got to put them to these to certain outputs. And I can click in, that is the wrong material. I can click and drag conveyor belts in certain directions. So I'm going to do it out here just because we've got a couple of different resources to deal with. Go across there. I can get my jetpack out. So rotate it. That goes there. This one it needs to go. That's going to block it if it goes out like that. Let's build it up by 2 and then go across. Oh no, that's too high as well. Let's go 1 tile down. Actually, it might be easier if we just raise this one up. There we go. Starts off by giving you a variety of materials. Just certain blocks to put together and to create what you need to, but my goodness, does this game cause headaches quickly. Hold control to get down. I think this one goes into here. Alright, so if we set this off... Oh, there's something not connected there. That's not connected to anything. I can put a block in. And that will hold it up now. So fingers crossed, I can fast forward. But yeah, it looks like it's all working. Cool. So the box again is in spots and there's a number counter on it. So 3, 2, and each of them got 10 counter on each. There we go. We got them all in 53 cycles. And then a certain footprint. And footprint is, from a top-down perspective, how many tiles it takes up in total. Cool. Very simple premise. That's just using conveyor belts and blocks. But it's when it adds in the extra block where things really start to become I guess a lot more difficult. So this is just a couple further levels on. And it's been a while since I've done these levels. What we'll have now is we'll have the welder. So, for example, here is some blocks. And it's going to come out of here. We need to create a 3-blocked version. I can actually do this with all of the blocks unlocked so far, which is interesting. So I guess I can come back and improve my design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. And you'll notice when the blocks come out, there's kind of like some time underneath, underneath it, between each block. And actually you can increase the rate there, so this one here will come out a bit quicker. And once there's 3, that's the size that I want. And so what I could do is I could, if I create a platform like so, these are welding blocks. Doesn't matter which way these are orientated. It's these 3 spots in here, whatever's in there will be welded to each other. And if I put this in here, watch how it works. So the blocks will come down, they'll push in, and the whole thing's welded together, and then they'll get pushed onto that. So we'll fast forward that. 2, 1. Neat. Cool, that's it, done. Seems like there's a bit of a latency there when I complete it. I'm going to presume it's only to do with my recording software. It was a lot better with the, which would call it, not using the recording software. It was just better without it. It was seamless. And after each level, the game is in early access, but the game is, I would call it complete. He's putting in early access just to tweak it and whatnot, but he wants to add more content in. But the content that's already there, I find, is great already. So that's pretty cool. So we managed to do it in quite a, like only 74 cycles, which is great, while other people had to do it in 100. And we have now done it in 16. The best of 17. Interesting. I could probably decrease that footprint as well. If we play again, we can, when we're running it, we can hold P to see the footprint. I'm wondering if that's considered part of the footprint, because if I stop it, if I delete that, that would be considered part of the footprint. That now, like the top-down footprint is now even less. And while we wait for it to load, because my recording stuff, yeah, now we go down to 15. Awesome, cool, that's really cool. Let's continue. So, I want to show you one of the ones I've just completed. One of the levels which I spent a lot of time doing, but I'm really happy when I figured it out. And I think it's a very simple and elegant solution, if that's the best way to put it. So it's in here, it's the optical sensor array. We'll show it to you, and then we'll do one of the ones I haven't done yet and see if we can figure it out. From now, what I've got is I've got some sensors, which can detect when the block's in front of it, and then which I can trigger pistons. Also, I've got rotators, which aren't triggered by sensors, but when a block comes on top of it, it automatically rotates, which I think is quite cool. There's a deceased of a previous explorer, and that's part of the story. We'll leave it how it is. So, this thing here, it outputs single bricks, and I've got it, I think, at the highest rate. Yeah, the maximum input rate, so they come out thick and fast. So I'm going to pause it right there. So they're coming out really, really quickly. What we need to create is this. It's a kind of like a star shape or a cross, a plus shape, that's the best way. And it's got these red things on it. And what happens is when a block passes past them, it automatically gets stamped on the side. So what I do is I wait for 5 to come out. And when 5 come out in a row, and when I detect it here, I push the last 2 to the side. So you'll see it like that. And those 2 have gone to the sides, while the rest continues straight. And it's going to cause a delay between these blocks and that block. So we'll continue on, and everything will come in. And using that same technique before, they're all going to get pushed in here. And now these ones here, you see, they're still taking some time to get through. The last brick to hit this welding, this is the cross shape here, is the far line. So there's a sensor there. There's a sensor there, which pushes it to the right, which means that the brick was here would now get caught into that conveyor belt and push it all along. So you ready? Pushed out, and then it gets pulled along. Very neat. So it's going to come along here. It gets caught down that middle spot, and now it's going to come down here and get stamped. Cool. Now, I haven't got this exactly the way that I would like it to be, but what's going to happen is this brick's going to hit it first. It's going to rotate it, so then what I use is I use a conveyor belt there to push it back on the right track. It gets the other stamps, and then it's done. I was so satisfied to get this working. I think it's a really neat design. I wish this could be a bit prettier, though, but I think it works really, really well. It's simple and efficient, low cycle score and low footprint as well. So, let's do one that I haven't done. I am not, I want to say nervous, but this is the part of the video where it's going to take us some time, but I think you'll see where the creativity and the puzzling aspects come in, because it's all simple looking at a creation, which is like, oh yeah, that's done, that's easy. But when you see something, you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? Puzzle small excavator. I haven't even looked at this one. Interesting cycle count. There are a lot of people done it with this many cycles, and the footprints are varying sizes. And you gotta do so many levels before you go to the next region and unlock new blocks. Thankfully, it's not every level, it's usually all but one. So you got a bit of freedom there what level you want to do. So let's see what this level is like. I'm hoping we can achieve it, say, in the next 15-20 minutes. But I've put in 3 hours into this game, and there have been times I've sat down for an hour. I've done progress on all of them. Oh gosh, we're so screwed. But I've never been able to finish it completely. So what have we got? Angled ones at the bottom, this thing, and a 2 on each side. So what do I get outputted? I get the middle bit, I get normal pieces, and I get a grinder. Alright, so the grinder is what turns that into the angle pieces. So we're going to need 6 grinded and 4 not. So let's do that to start with. I'm going to increase my output rate to max. And then once we've got 6 out and 4 not, I'm going to push those 4 not onto that path there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 that aren't grinded. So, actually that's wrong side really, put it on. You can customize the interface as well, like I can drag and drop whatever I want into these boxes as well. It's not very ordered, my things down here, like I got a welder, a top welder here, and then a side welder here. But anyway, it's the order I've just had it in for a while, and so I've left it like that. So if we've got 4 without it, then those 6 there all need to be what are you going to call these? Pushers. What are they called? Yeah, wow, they're actually called a pusher. And it can just be like that. So now what's going to happen? Oh, no, nothing's going to happen. Got to connect them up. Oh, I can't connect into that last block. That's frustrating. Because that place takes up there. I could go behind it, but I want to keep a low footprint score. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it a bit further back. Like so. Yeah, I want to go that way. And it probably doesn't matter if it's just like that. They'll sort themselves eventually, I presume. Shoot, let's see that. Yeah, they'll sort themselves eventually. Alright. Alright. That's going to send them through there. They're going to come out. We need 4 this way. This is not 4. One of those. And one of those. Going that way. Alright, that would give us the right number. Once it drops down... Probably don't want to drop it all the way down there. We want to drop it about... We want to kind of work on in the air, because we need to get this into the right shape. What we need to do is we need to get 2 and 2. And it's going to take some time for them to drop. So what I generally do is... Actually, I'm not going to be too worried about footprint. I'd rather just be able to finish it. Because, guys, it'll be a miracle if I can finish this level. I'm just going to build a stack up. And then build a conveyor back to the side. Actually, instead of building a stack up, let's build a stack. There, okay. So, they're probably going to have a 2 gap once they get pushed out. Yeah, so they're going to have a gap like that. They'll have a space in between each of them. So that means when one gets to here... Because we need to kind of separate them. I think. I think. Alright. Connect it all up. Let's not worry about footprint too much. So there'll be 1 here and 1 here. You can't do it like... Can't do it like that, I found out. Because that only triggers there and it stops there. So generally I go for on top. Looks neater that way for me. When they get to there... So if you just put it in line at the top here. Because what we could do is if we had... something like this. That's that spot. That will tear themselves up. I want to be able to do it so then once this is all welded together, I can just push it off the side like that and just, it continues on. It's pretty easy to be able to... I can just bring it down to its level, but... I'll come back to that. This side here should be a bit easier, though. Like, that should sort it out. As long as that stays level, that'll be right. Okay. This part here... I know how to do it, it's just kind of ugly. Pushes that can be a sensor then. That is connected to the pushers, the sensors, not the sensors. Oh, just rotating a standard block. Okay, there. And then, like so. How am I going to get it to stay in the air though? I guess I'm going to have to go whoop, and then whoop, whoop. Okay, now it's all connected. Actually, probably better just to go straight to the ground. Alright. Let's test this baby. Don't worry about that stuff over there. We get 4. 2 go that way. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, next component is 5 welders. And that should weld it all together nicely. What's the last block to fall into place there? It's actually the same time. That's kind of scary. So I need to push it that way. That means I need to push it to be there. So that means we need to employ the same technique we use on the other side. Oh no, it's another tile. Over. These need to be pushes. If it's the same time, I wonder if we can fire them all at the same time. Let's see if that works. That'd be amazing if it works. Because what I need, not that spot, I need that to be a pusher. And that to be the sensor, but I'm not going to fire it up just yet. Oh, it's one short. It's one short. What about if I rotate it that way? Oh, I just fell onto the conveyor belt. Okay. And then if we do that, do we get lovely bits coming off this side? No! No! It needs to be one higher. Because you can't lift things in this game. If it comes off that tier, it's not gonna... Oh no, we're alright. It'll be on the right tier. Whew, I was like, I don't want to have to increase all that by 1. Oh, did I connect those up? I did connect those up. Alright. Look at that. Awesome. It's even in the right direction as well. Alright, so this part here. What we need is we need we need sets of 3, and then one of them has to be rotated. So, brick. And then I like having them connected that way. Welder, welder. Okay, so they come out. And then when one of them hits, the other one needs to be pushed into a rotating beam. But I'm going to presume the whole thing needs to be welded together. And that just needs to be welded at the ends. Like, I could construct the whole thing on there. And then weld it in position. Like, on the spot. I presume. So much room down here. I'm tempted to do it up in the air. Because then we can always come back down. What's the gap between them? So there, one more tile along. And then it's going to be rotated twice actually. And then push that one off to the side. Okay. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 4. Let's double check. I think that was right. Okay. That's alright, that one works. What I also need to do is I need to push this one off. Not that, please. So that one comes off. It comes off here, and then this thing comes off. Like, I wonder if you could do some crazy thing like this. If it's just going to work out the timing's right. No, they come down too quickly. That's right. So it comes down, and then this one here. This one here. This one here is the one that's going to be annoying. Can you rotate that way? No, you want to rotate that way? Coming through. No, it is the other way. I think it needs to be further away from the wall. I wonder if I can put another one at the end of this. So go one block. And then another rotator at the end, if we do like a big spin. Oh, it does! Delightful. Delightful. And then if it's in that position, get off my turf. I want to see what happens if we just build it in the thing. If it's going to accept it, or if I need to pre-weld the device. Because if I need to weld it, I'm going to need to put a welding, like, where that conveyor is. Oh, actually, I could be tricky and... have a welding thing there and there. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's gonna be not even gonna be in the right spot. You're an idiot, Jack. How would that even work? Maybe when you find a sensor there, you push it across one. No, it's that and that. Okay, what's going to happen? That lands on my pusher. That's right, we just put the pusher there, and then we make the string go... the cable. Jeebus, Jack. What's this factory made out of? String. Okay, no, you gotta make the whole thing. This one is tough. Well, we can construct it here easily, and then when the whole thing's done, we push it on. Come on, Jack, can't be that hard. Whoop, whoop. How does it land down here? Like, it actually lands, like, exactly where it needs to be. Alright, so that's gonna land there. That needs to land there. Bam, bam. Two there. Two there. This big thing. Okay, I've got an issue with... and that's not going to align properly. I can figure that out. I've got an issue with this one, though. Just with height. We could go higher. Like, that might work? I doubt it, but I'll figure out what happens. Oh, wrong conveyor belt. I'll rotate that. And then, no. Probably should just get closer, it'd make it a lot easier to move that block around. That's an issue. That is a serious issue. It comes into this, takes a lot longer to manufacture. So we might need like some stops that stop production. Gosh dang it. Alright, so that needs to be there. This thing pushes it out. And then it's that. I'll hopefully get it a bit more mid-centered. If there is a block there, I'm gonna put a pusher there. It needs to be before then. It's nearly perfect. The pusher needs to come out here. Like, it could fire that same pusher off. I don't know, that might actually work. No, I don't want you to be connected to that. So go higher, come across. Oh, look, perfect. Oh, okay. When there is a tile here, right here, push the dang thing off. That's my problem. How do I push it off? Because wherever I put a pusher, the thing's gonna be in the road. Oh, here. Oh, but you need a conveyor belt there. I can't put conveyor belts in there. Those land, and I could push. It just won't be enough push. It'll just push it one tile. Unless that will push it another tile. Let's see what happens. Let's put the pusher in. Now I gotta get the cable across. I need to go under and might as well run underneath. There's nothing stopping it. Oh, don't want the jetpack fail. Okay. Okay, that's an issue. That's a big issue. It fires it when the thing's there. So that's not going to work. Undo that block. Thankfully, undo works. What could we do? What could we do? And you notice if I change the cycle rate, it's going to completely screw up stuff at the start. Technically, that doesn't even need to be a stopper. That could just be a go. Oh, you just need to heave-ho. You just need to heave-ho one more time more. I wonder if like that would, but it's probably going to, because there's two off, one on. I feel like it's just going to push the water one off. Come on. Yeah. Alright, so undo that. We can get it one. Like, if this was a couple more tiles that way, would be fine. But because of the way we've constructed everything, we're crammed up against the thing. Once it's done... like, that's going to have no difference on how far it pushes it. It's going to look cool, though. It's just one tile too short. Like, it goes to there. So in this position, what could you do? You'd have to push it from here, but you can't, because that's the way the things come in. I'm going to have to do a full redevelop. Gosh, dang it. We were so close. Okay, let's think about where the side one... we should have pushes on pushes. That wouldn't work, would it? Out of interest now, I'm really curious. There's a brick, there's a pusher, and there's a pusher pushing that pusher. We're this way. What happens now? Okay, it's just activates the far one. If we can get... oh, I just need one tile. Maybe we have it like this, so everything's stopped, and then we delay the last one because I can push that all the way to the end, and so that means we just need to delay that brick. Huh. Okay, so when it gets to there, it lands exactly on that. When the big mama piece comes in, I can only put a sensor on the sides. I can't do an up and down sensor. Can't do an up and down sensor. I can do an up and down sensor. I can't do an up and down pusher though. Oh, perfect. Okay, I got it. Go across. Down sensor. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful thing. And then there's a pusher here. Don't know if it's going to ruin the conveyor belt thing, but we'll come to that when we get to it. This comes in, hits it, pushes it. Oh, it welds straight away though. And then we get an abomination. Oh, we're so close. You can just taste it. Can't you taste it with me? Okay. So what happens is then it welds on the first block. It welds on the first block. I don't know if there's a better way to do it. It's gonna push it in, then instantly gonna weld. I can't fire the welder later. It's always firing. So it pushes it now, it's gonna hit that and then weld. That's bad. But I can't like have it in the position ready to go and then push it to move it, because then I won't have the tile for moving. I can't like come, I thought about like coming around and pushing it from the side, but I have to have the welder on the outside of this. I can't have it on the inside because there's a block there. If only I constructed like the 3 with this bit on the top. But that would be actually probably not that hard. Okay. If we did that. Oh boy, here we go guys. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. I need a bridge there because I'm going to delete this one. Why is there 4 blocks there? It lands it against the pusher, doesn't it? Oh, I deleted the... Never mind. The amount of bricks we're going to get there, though, are going to be completely skewed. Why is this one activated? Oh, because nothing's been completed yet. That makes sense. Let's go across by 3. Come down here. That 3 there. So now let's mirror it up. Like so. And then what's going to be behind? Oh, that needs to be the welder there. Which means this will need to be a bit higher. And then even a sensor there to trigger when it's there, to then fire the pusher, go to here, and then it's the next 2 across, isn't it? So we can just go. Show me what happens, computer. Alright, that's an issue. We need like a And then a pusher here. And so when... That's not... Sensor. We get that piece. There's loads of them though. Where's our big bit? Oh, you're kidding me. Oh! We've taken the bit from the wrong side. We've taken a bit from the wrong side. Well, that could be fixed actually if I just do that. And then if I delete that and then put in an extra conveyor belt going the right way. Two on that side, one on that side. Then if I move the sensor across, I'm so close. Oh, I can taste it. Oh, and then also put the pusher closer. The pusher's no use to us there. Okay, it just needs to go one more along. You're kidding me, right? But that doesn't matter. The pusher actually doesn't need to be, doesn't have to be to there. I think I got that right. Pusher should actually be there. What happened there? That came into place. What fired that one off? Just that connection. Need to see this in action again. Ah, yes. We need to build it all one to the side. Gosh dang it. That. Okay, then a double welder. And then that. And then you need a pusher connected to a sensor. That actually might have done it. Oh my gosh! Okay. Does it work? Oh, does it work over multiple pieces? One. No. 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 We have damages. And this thing doesn't fire. And this thing clogs up. Oh my goodness. What a crazy machine. Wait, let's see if we can figure it out. What a bit longer. I saw something fire when it wasn't supposed to. That could cause an issue. When it lands on top of the thing. So when this side comes down, it flips it off. And then it holds it. And then it jams itself. This was my stopper, but that doesn't actually work very well. Maybe if the stopper was like here, stopping it from rotating. I actually don't think it's going to work as well. I think it's just going to break it. Come on, please do something useful. Oh, I know why that was there. Jack, that's an important piece. Don't delete that one. Now it doesn't have room to rotate. I'll have room here, though. I should have room there. Oh, gosh. Alright, guys. I think we'll have to end it there. I don't think we're going to be able to do it this episode. Or, like, I know what I need to do, but I'd probably, the best way to do it would just be to scrap everything. But look how, well, not, I say, look how close we got. Yeah, we didn't get close at all. How many did we get? Doesn't actually say. I want to run it through the cycles and see how, I think we got 2. 2. We get 2. Well, it's better than nothing. Well, guys, this is Infinifactory. It's a really neat puzzling game. 3D, creating these factories that just... Oh, they do my head in sometimes, really. But really, really cool design. I really like how it works. It just runs flawlessly. It's lots of fun. Anyway, check it out for yourselves. It's out on Steam. It says early access, but take my word for it. There's plenty of content there. And the developers just chuck it there saying, I want to do even more to it. And I kind of feel like the early access thing's kind of... A lot of people stray away from that now. But I think there's loads here. Really great value. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.